Yo, what up, Street Gods? Eric Kim, rocking a new haircut from Cindy, blogging live from beautiful Garden Grove, California, in Cindy's mom's garage. But anyways, so some turbo thoughts. So the first turbo thought is this: you know, how to become a philosopher. So, what does it mean to become a philosopher? How do you achieve it, etc. So the first simple thought is this: is that being a philosopher, essentially it's so funny because philosopher actually means philosophia, which means like lover of wisdom. So it was kind of like the humble flex back in the day saying, I am not yet wise, but one day I shall become wise. Because, it's like you have all these like weirdos just kind of hanging out at the stoa, and they're just like, who are these weird like homeless looking people, right? And essentially to be a philosopher means to seek a deeper understanding or wisdom about things. One of my gracious things about studying sociology instead of studying philosophy in college was, I first enrolled in a philosophy class at UCLA as an undergrad, and I remember it's like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna learn about like the meaning of life and stuff like that. It was a class on logic, and I'm like, why am I learning mathematics, which I hate, in philosophy class? And sociology was better. Shout out to Terry Anderson and Mark Jepson, because it actually challenged you to rethink social norms. And this is very powerful because modern day society, everyone are essentially drones. Maybe even back in the day, like my best friend Kanye said, it's leaders and followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower, right? And so I think a lot of people tend to be metaphorical swallowers of, traditional wisdom, ways of thinking, etc. And the biggest benefit of studying other, free thinkers or philosophers is not because that they have some sort of ultimate, reign over things or ultimate intelligence and stuff like that. Rather, the point of studying other philosophers is to stimulate your own thoughts and also to just give yourself the courage to think differently. So, for example, my best friend Friedrich Nietzsche is good to read because he wrote books like The Antichrist, which is not this demonic thing. It's just like a critique of Christianity in its modern day form, calling the current state of the church kind of more of a bastardized version of what Jesus taught by Saint Paul, the apostle, who was a very tormented soul. Also interesting thoughts like thinking about the Roman Catholic Church, and I'm Roman Catholic, as a continuation of the Holy Roman Empire, which is an interesting thought. So philosophy is interesting insofar much as it challenges you to rethink things rather than providing some sort of ultimate answer behind things. And the ultimate question one must ask themselves is why? I created the Zen of Eric Kim, the Zen of the Y app. Just Google Eric Kim Y, and you'll find it. It's just like a Facebook Messenger bot where it just keeps asking you why. And I find that the more you ask yourself the question why, it allows you to gain a deeper understanding or perspective of things, which is extremely useful because, for example, when I'm in Korea, I had to abide by all these, silly Confucian norms. But it's like, how come no one ever challenges it? And actually, the best part about being an American is our rebelliousness and our distaste for authority, even though it's super annoying for parents and teachers and stuff like that. It's so funny. American, they're like, be a critical thinker, think for yourself, be free, but no, not like that. So yeah, actually, even as I become more older, I'm 34 now. I'm just kind of more curious to just kind of question the stuff. So for example, even going to the gym, it's like, why is it that when you're squatting, you have to go like all the way super duper low? Why not just do a micro squat? Or why is rack pull seen as cool cheating if you could just lift more weight? Why do you have to deadlift something all the way from the ground? Why use a conventional bar or a mixed bar? Why not just use a sumo stand? Then even superior, why not use a trap bar, etc. And the biggest benefit of studying philosophy or just thinking more philosophically about things is that it's more empowering for you to not be suckered by silly things. Like even one of my favorite movies, Fight Club, Brad Pitt is the best line is like Edward Norton is Brad Pitt, and is that like, you know, "Oh, where'd you park your car?" And then Brad Pitt's like, you know, Tyler Durden's like, "I don't have a car." And I'm like, that's the ultimate flex. Like, it's more of a flex in today's world to not own a car than to have the world's most expensive Lamborghini or McLaren or whatever. And I was even thinking about, it's like all these dudes, try to be super like cool and sexy, get the Lamborghini or the 911 or the 911 GT3 or the RS, whatever. But the ultimate flex, or a big ass truck, the ultimate flex is just not having a car. And it's boom, I saved you, $200,000, right? Like, it's better to have two Lamborghinis money wise in the bank than to own the Lamborghini itself. Even my friend Don Dillon told me something interesting, is that, like, I think we rather prefer the idea of having the thing than having the thing in itself. So, for example, even my buddy Anton, shout out to Anton, got a new place in South San Francisco. Everyone in the Bay Area wants to own a home, get the home that you're like, yo, like, there's so many things could break, like the water heater, right? Like, I have no idea if this thing broke, I'd be shitting my pants. So, the upside of, renting or, living in a condo, whatever. And so even notions of home ownership, everyone in the Bay Area is, seeking it, but no one ever asks the question why. And then if you actually get the thing desired, is it actually worth it? I actually say no. Like, I would not wish home ownership on even my worst enemy. Um, Even inheriting a property or a house, the maintenance of it is such a headache. Like, for me, all I care is to go to the gym, lift weights, hang out with Seneca and Cindy, eat meat, do creative work, and that's pretty much it. So to become a philosopher, just ask yourself the question why. Ask yourself the question why a trillion times. And as you're learning new insights, which are helpful for you, share them with others on your podcast, your blog, your vlog, your YouTube channel, whatever have you, and keep propagating your thoughts.